about to head out to Champlain, and you know, over the years, this is probably 8 or 10 times I've been up there with mixed results. Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. There has been a couple of tournaments where I felt like I had a chance to win, just didn't get it done. So, you know, I'm excited to go up there for the reason that you can do anything. You can fish shallow largemouth, you can fish offshore largemouth, you can fish smallmouth. You know, and it's just such a big lake. If I had to list the lakes that are some of my favorites, it's always the bigger lakes because you can fish and not play the merry-go-round deal. So lots of options there. You know, if I were guessing, some of the things is typically the later you go into the fall at Champlain, the more the smallmouth for some reason become a player. And then also the water's high, and typically when the water's high, the largemouth really play. And that's, you know, going up there and being in the position that I'm at in the points for the angler of the year is probably going to be a largemouth deal for me, because I can run around and fish what I can see. But you know, after practice is whenever you decide that. That's just a couple of things though. But let's hop on to ActiveCaptain, and I'll kind of show you how the lake lays out. So here you can see, I mean, this is a really long lake. I mean, it's probably at least 100 miles long, give or take some. And you can see with the waypoints that I have, you know, over the years past, I typically like the north end just because it's such a long run and it can get really rough. I actually did have a top 10 or 11th actually down there in Thai once, but you know, it's just a big body of water that this map does not do it justice. I mean, just across the lake there is 3 or 4 miles. It's just a big body of water, and you can see it's got a lot of depth to it, a lot of islands, flats, you know, a lot of this yellow and green. You know, this area up here, this northern area is where it usually goes down. And, you know, with takeoff being right there, that's probably where, as of right now, before practice starts, where I'm going to stay at. But just a lot of things. I mean, this bay right here, you just look at this bay and say, well, that's a one stop. I can pull in there and practice. You could spend all day long fishing in this bay, from largemouth, you know, to that 10-foot largemouth, smallmouth, to offshore smallmouth. Just a lot of things. And you know, this is going to be one event that I think that LiveScope's going to be a big player. I don't remember going up there when it's going to set up like this late, with everybody having LiveScope. I just think that's what's going to happen. So the practice recap for Champlain is not great. I mean, I don't know how much of the footage made it with the weather and the waves and stuff. You know, the first day was a good largemouth day. But I hate putting everything on the line for largemouth. You know, the perfect scenario is going and catching 17 pounds of smallmouth in a few hours, and then going to the bank and trying to largemouth fish. And you know, the smallmouth have just eluded me for the most part. So, but the good news is I did get some big bites, you know, in practice in a general area that I like to fish. So hopefully I can poke around there and get some bites. And you know, the frustrating thing is typically when you come here this time of year, you just need one rod and one bait, and this is it. And it's just not been the deal. I can't catch them on it. I don't know what it is, if it's the wrong area or just they don't want to come up there and get it if the water being high. But anyway, you know, we need a good finish for the Classic. Got to have a good finish. Yeah, excited to go, but just a little bit scared to go. Champlain actually treated me pretty good. Not great, you know, like a W or nothing like that, but came in really with one goal, and that was to get some really good points in the angler of the year. We have one event left, moved up, kind of not in a comfortable spot, but a lot better spot than we were before the event started. As far as fishing, you know, the first day just went perfect. It's like if I pull over, I catch a big one, catch them flipping. The issue was with the water being high, I felt like there was a lot more fish in that area. And after the first day, it's like I just vacuumed them up. Like there was nothing else that moved out from the bank into those reeds, and nothing really came in. And the smallmouth fishing just, for me, got tougher and tougher. And you know, I've never seen an event like this one where you had to be in an area. I mean, one section of the area of the lake is where it all went down, and I never even went there and practiced because, I mean, it's Champlain's so big you can't practice at all. You know, but the area of the lake dominated the event. Live scope dominated the event. I mean, I don't know that there was a lot of fish, anybody in the top 10 that wasn't out there looking at them, you know, under bait. So I learned a lot this event. But like I said, the number one goal was accomplished by moving up in the points with one event left. We just got to make that one count. So let's jump on ActiveCaptain here, and I'll show you kind of where I think it went down. Typically in the late summer, Ticonderoga is always a player. I don't even know if anybody went down there. I don't think anybody went during the event with all the wind that we had, but maybe somebody went and practiced, but I never heard anything about Ty. You know, I fish the same general area that I always do, the northern half, but this is where it went down. And I've kind of forgot what it's called, but this area right here, and I was doing the same thing on this side for smallmouth. You know, you could catch a few on structure, but a lot of it was just out there roaming around, them chasing bait. And this section from there to there is where everybody caught them. And it's funny because the first day over here, you know, I knew that I was in the wrong area. I mean, the first day I had a big bag, everything went perfect. But the second day, whenever I'm in this northern section here and I'm not seeing any boats, you know, I knew something was wrong. But still, we accomplished what we needed to do. We moved up in the classic points race.